Hi guys, welcome to this new tips. Today I'm going to show you how you can actually insert data into MySQL using Visual Basic, and this one within the LINQPAD. So in order to do that one, let us go to our LINQPAD. Here I'm using the version 5, and what we have to do as we want to use Visual Basic program, you have to select the language here. Language here should be VB program here, and here you have the main sub. So what we need to do is we are going to create another sub. Sub, let us call it insert in DB, and end our sub. I assume that we know the difference between the sub and the function. In Visual Basic, a sub is something will not return a value at the end of the execution, while the function executes the program and return a value. So here you are going to use a sub. Then here is our sub that we would like to call here in the main sub. So that is it. So in order to make the tutorial short here, I have prepared some sample script here that I will also make available through my blogspot blog. And let us take the content of our sub insertion. So here is what is happening, and we need a query. In order to do that one, we need this query here. So so what our sub here is doing is it will take a query and then pass it here into the program. And in order to connect into MySQL, we need this MySql connections type. We will need this MySql connection, MySql command, and here is the MySql connection string, the connection string here. And what is important to know here is that we have this database here called Spring Boot that we have here, and inside that database we have a table called students, and the server is the local host that we have here in the beginning of this connection name. The timeout is 30 instead. If the connection is taking longer to connect, longer than 30 seconds, here it will not connect. So the user ID here is also Spring Boot, and the password is also Spring Boot. Then here you have a try catch construct. Here in the try catch, we open in the try here we open the connections and then create our commands, and then from bind here the commands. In by creating the SQL command here, we bind the query that will take as a parameter, and then combine it with the connections that we have here. So this one gives the SQL commands, and after we have that one, we are going to execute the query and then close the connection. But in case that this connection is not successful, here we may have an error here, an exception. MySQL exception will be raised, and then we'll cache it here by only displaying error connecting to database to the console. Instead, everything is successful here. So thing was closed here, connection is closed, and then connected to the database will be shown. And then now next thing is that when our insert sub is ready, now is to go to our main sub. In our main sub here is bit the content. So in main sub here, this is what we get. We have the query, and then we have this integer here representing the ID, student ID that we have in our table, and then we have the name and the program here that are other two attributes of our table. Then we just pass some samples. Suppose that we pass 13 as ID, and then the name here is Nemo here, and the program is search of Nemo. So here is the program name here, and then now is the query. In the query we write the normal SQL like insert into students. Be careful here because you can see that student here is ending with T, but here in this table here is ending with S, because LINQPAD usually add a suffix X at the name end of the name of the table, so you should not be misled by that one. That's why here we have students into this one, and then because you want to pass the value, keep this one as parameters. Here we are keeping ampersand here, and because name and program are string here, we just append a single quote around it. So here is our program. After we have this query, we are going to execute it. So that's it. We save our program here. Now you may have noticed that here you have this one in red. MySql connection is in red here because it's not recognized. So if we run it here if we run it, you can see that we have this error BC and 3002 3002 of type MySql connection is not defined. So that one come into the next part here that we have to know. Whenever we have this connection, this error message here MySql connection is not defined of this type of BC 30002, what we have to do is to add this MySql.Data.DLL into our reference in the LINQPAD. In order to have this one, if you already do not have it, is you can download it directly online. You should have many websites that are having this DLL, or if you don't find it, you may send me. I can send this one a copy that I have in my email. So if you can just make like DLL download here, you get it from many websites here. I don't want to make any pop here, but you can download it from any website here. In my case here, I have already downloaded one here. And be careful, because when you will download it, you have a zip, and then you have to right click the zip, go to properties, and then unblock it, because right now I've already unblocked it. But when you download it the first time, you have to unblock it before extracting. And whenever it is extracted, now what we are going to do is take this directory and come here. The next thing is to press F4 to open the dialog that will allow us to add this reference into our notepad LINQPAD. So in order to do that one, I'm going to press F4. Here you are presented with this dialog box. Here you can see query properties here, additional references. What we do is here we click on add, and we are pop up with this window. Here we go to browse then enter the locations of our LINQPAD. Here is our DLL that we have downloaded. Now we just add it here, and when you add this one here, now you go to additional namespace here. Nothing is not yet there, so what we have to do is to close it save it. Then if we open again and pick from assembly here, as you have seen here, let me repeat again, F4, additional namespace import, pick from assembly, you click on MySql DLL export, and these namespaces will append here. So we just select all the namespaces and then add the namespaces and click OK. Now by now you can see that those red that red color has disappeared, and now this one is being recognized. Now these comments now this type are being recognized now in our program. So what we have to do now is to just run it. Bam, connected to the database. So our program has run successfully. Now if we go to our database and select, here you should be able to see, yeah, okay, ID 13 Nemo, search of Nemo. So here is the way that you can programmatically insert something into MySQL using Visual Basics, and this same thing can be applied also to Oracles and SQLite and other database. But what you have to be careful here is to take into the account connection type depending on the database that you are using. You can also try this one with C#. That will be the next step. I have time. So that said, I hope that this tutorial has been helpful to you. If you have any question, do not hesitate to drop a comments, and if you like it, that will be good. That's it. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen.